They say that good things come in small packages, and nowhere is that more true than the islands of Bermuda. That's right, I said islands. Most visitors think Bermuda is just one island. Well, you better get ready. It's more than 120 of them, rich in culture, history, and natural beauty. This is the Bermuda you don't want to miss. Get ready, I'm about to take you on my hidden gems of Bermuda.
Bermuda is world famous for its pink sand beaches, but any local will tell you that if you really want to experience Bermuda, you have to get off the shore and into the water.
One of the best ways to see the islands is by small boat, in this case, a 13-foot Boston whaler. I spent my summers on boats like this, so to come back here to Bermuda and to be on a boat like this, it's like being home.
The island is covered with small and large coves, harbors, and beaches. Maneuvering around the islands is a cinch. From the water, you can get a first-hand look at some of the 4,500 types of marine organisms that make Bermuda home. And when you're on the water, it's also the best way to explore Bermuda's sunken history. The islands are surrounded by shipwrecks from 5 centuries and 15 countries. One wreck that you don't want to miss is the Hms Vixen. No need to bring scuba gear. You can actually visit this wreck by jet ski. And if sunken ships aren't mysterious enough, why not explore the seaside caves of the Admiralty House Cliffs? These cliffs rise 80 feet high, but the real treat is exploring caves you can only see and enter from the water.
One of the great things about Bermuda is that it has so many caves you can explore from ashore. But the coolest part are the inland caves, about 150 of them like this one, made out of limestone cap rock. Now I'm inside the grotto here at the Grotto Bay Beach Resort. And what's really great about this, take a look at the water. You just jump right in. Now that's what I call a swimming pool.
The islands of Bermuda are linked with bridges and causeways, making it seem like one big island. But beyond the main islands, there are hundreds of other off-the-beaten-path islands you really need to check out. If you're on the far eastern side of Hamilton, then you have to go visit Nonsuch Island. It's actually a wildlife sanctuary.
To get to the island, you come in this little cove past an old wreck they use as an artificial reef. Hundreds of fish down here, but you're not allowed to fish. And by the way, you can't dock here unless you get permission. Here's the best part. If you ask for permission, you get it.
Access to Nonsuch is officially limited, but the true story? Small groups are allowed on a prearranged basis to see and learn about seabirds and look at the chicks in their nests. Pretty cute, huh? The island's most special inhabitant is the Cahow, a rare seabird that is the emblem of Bermuda. In fact, the Cahow has a pretty interesting history. Most Bermudans thought the bird was actually extinct by 1620. But 330 years later, the Cahow was actually found living on Nonsuch. Over the last 70 years, Bermudian conservationists have worked to bring the number of Cahows from 14 up to 142.
And you can see the wings are very stubby. They haven't really started developing any of the wings. It's very soft.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
See, because the parents don't brood them. Once they've hatched, the parents spend the rest of the time out at sea.
If you're looking to rent a car in Bermuda, well, hey, you're out of luck. You need a Bermuda driver's license and you're not going to get one. Instead, you put on one of these and you get on one of these. It's a great way to see the island for about $40 for a 3-hour rental or $70 for 24 hours. You see the whole island up close and personal. But one piece of advice, they drive on the wrong side of the road here, so pay attention.
Because Bermuda is an island, almost everything has to be imported. But there actually are a few things that are made in Bermuda. And one of them can be found here, at the Bermuda Perfumery in Stewart Hall, in St. George's, where you can see owner and master perfumer Isabel Ramsey Brackstone create one-of-a-kind scents.
So this is the perfumery.
This is how we make all our perfumes.
What is this?
This is Bermuda cedar. So we take wood chips of Bermuda cedar and sawdust, like
Wow.
this.
Whoa, that's potent.
It's very special.
It's got a lot of alcohol in it.
It does, yes. So we saturate it with alcohol, and
Right.
then we extract the oil.
Isabel creates scents the old-fashioned way, using Bermuda's flowers and citrus trees as an inspiration for her perfumes. And how cool is this? You can actually get up close and personal and see how perfumes are created and manufactured from start to finish. The perfumery has been around since 1928, and new perfumes are being created all the time. Oh gee, what a surprise! You can even take some home. One of Bermuda's most unique products can be found here at Chartwell Apiaries, where beekeeper Randolph Ferbert keeps about 100 hives. Randy has been keeping bees for 39 years, and in return, they've been keeping him busy. Beekeeping is a passion for Randy, and his honey obsession includes a quirky museum where he has a collection of bee memorabilia and honey he's found from all around the world. A visit to Randy's apiary is a master's course in the art of honey production.
This here is what we call the observation hive. And you can observe what the bees are doing here from their actions. And I can tell from here what's happening to the other hives in the outside.
Bermuda's had a long-standing reputation as an elite travel destination, and with that kind of pedigree, well, it's not surprising you're going to find a lot of really good fine dining experiences around the entire country, like this one right here. And yes, it's good, and yes, it's fine dining. But if you're like me, every once in a while, you need to leave the hotel, get out of the resort, ditch the tablecloths, ditch the flatware, and get out there and eat like a local. Now, if you're looking for authentic Bermuda food, you come here to the Fish Hut in Hamilton. Now, you're not going to find it in the brochures, it's not in the guidebooks. You just got to ask a local or your cab driver. That's what I did, and hey, I'm here. Now, the place is known for their fish sandwich. Not just any fish sandwich, it's a special batter fish sandwich. And you get coleslaw and tartar sauce and lettuce and tomato, and it just keeps on coming. Get it over here. What are you waiting for? Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of this thing. Am I going to get messy or what? Wow. That is a great sandwich. Want to see that again? I told you. Messy, but phenomenal. Boy, that was good. I'm just getting started. Watch.
Bermudians might love their fish sandwiches, but that's nothing compared to their national obsession with fish chowder.
There's fish chowder, and then there's Bermuda fish chowder. You can't get more local than the Black Horse Tavern, and you can't get more local than this fish chowder, which is made with rockfish. But we're just getting started because this tastes pretty good to start. Tastes very good, but then we add some sherry peppers, a little of that, a little black rum, and you got yourself a 3-alarm fire. And you'll need some of this, fish chowder and the beer chaser.
Located on Ireland Island by Bermuda's famous dockyards, the Royal Naval Cemetery is also known as the Glade. It has memorials to those who died while serving the British military in Bermuda.
Most first-time visitors to Bermuda, if they say they have a sense of history, might want to go visit a museum. That's fine. But for me, I come here to the Royal Naval Cemetery near the dockyards. These gravestones don't tell a story. They tell the story of how people lived and how they died.
What I particularly like about this cemetery is that the giant gravestones don't only list the person's birth and death, they also go into detail about how they died. Want even more history? Then go to church. You heard me, church. Bermuda has more churches per capita than any other nation in the world, and each one has its own special story. And if you're in Warwick Parish, take a look at Cobb's Hill Methodist Church. With a steeple and tiny sanctuary dating back to 1827, it looks like a lot of the other churches on the island, but it has an amazing backstory. At a time when blacks were banned from worshiping in white churches, slaves and free blacks built the church in their spare time, including at night, by moonlight. Another Bermudian church with a very interesting story to tell is the Ethiopian Orthodox Church in St. George, where one man has spent more than a decade creating his own Sistine Chapel. In 1999, an Ethiopian monk named Abba Jebre Hiwot was brought to Bermuda to paint that mural. And 10 years later, he's still hard at work, covering the church with paintings of saints, angels, and stories from the Bible. But here's the best part. You can visit him here most days of the week and get a first-hand tour of his masterpiece.
I've saved perhaps the best hidden gem for last. Remember I told you about the more than 120 islands that make up Bermuda? Well, This is one of them. Small, uninhabited, but accessible to you. Just ask any local boater. They'll drop you off here and pick you up at the end of the day. You won't find it in the tourist brochures. You won't find it in the guidebook. It is truly one of the hidden gems of Bermuda. I'm Peter Greenberg, and thanks for watching.